Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today, man, we're gonna be tripling down on the Boogie 2988 fiasco, on the entire thing right now. I've already made 2 videos talking about this, and I think this will probably be the shortest, hopefully, out of all of the videos. Who really knows how many there's gonna actually end up being, because, I mean, Boogie 2988 is this never-ending, constantly revolving cycle of pity and despair and disgusting behavior, and it's so easy to farm. I'll just admit it. This is the easiest possible content you can have. Boogie 2988 is the equivalent of like me being like I'm LeBron James, right? And John Stockton is all the way on the other end of the court, and he's just fucking lobbing it down court, and I'm just getting easy cherry pick dunks, okay? That's how easy it is to sit here and just cook his ass, right? But obviously it has to be for a reason. So we already have gone over so much of just the trifling shit he's done, and you would think, right, with all of it, there's no way it can get worse than this. There's no way he can sink to a new low, but he magically does. Because instead of taking any accountability and just like fessing up to what he did like a man, like, yeah, I did it, this is why I did it, I'll face the repercussions, I'll face the music, right? There's always some sort of get out of jail free card he tries to pull, right? He's got to try and find a way to feign sympathy no matter what's happening. It doesn't matter if it's a serious situation or not a serious situation. He is going to be fiending for some sort of fucking attention or pity or sympathy from somebody, right? So last time we talked, we were talking about Boogie 2988 faking his cancer diagnosis of polycythemia vera, how he had used that as this excuse to scam his fans out of money, $10,000 and possibly more, with his fatty token shit he promoted. And obviously, with all of the controversy surrounding him, he was going to get confronted eventually, and so that happens again on LolCal Live, right? Which, I'm just gonna say, if Boogie was even halfway intelligent, this shit would be light work to him, right? This would be, you know, like the easiest dance out he's ever fucking had, right? Because it really doesn't take miracle work to, you know, get away from the allegations on LolCal Live, you know? But of course, Boogie, he's a fucking LolCal. He's a moron, he's stupid, he's malicious as well, which is a very dangerous combination. And so he goes on LolCal Live and makes even more of a fucking idiot out of himself. So we're gonna hear Boogie himself explain his cancer diagnosis, and just take a very close listen throughout all of this.
I'll make it as short and sweet as I can. I have several doctors. We took my blood test. We found elevated red blood cell counts, and then we looked for other markers. We found those markers. They determined that it was certainly polycythemia, potentially polycythemia vera, and they were going to treat me as if it was polycythemia vera. And that's what we've done for the last 2 years, with the plan to always eventually get this bone marrow test. But again, I never wanted to get it done because it's stupid. It's painful. My friend Marie, I was talking to her about it last night. She said she had it done. She literally asked me not to ever get it done. She's fighting cancer herself.
All right, so Boogie is actually genuinely trying to say, right, that he apparently has these elevated red blood cells, right? And the doctors actually think, right, it is polycythemia. It could just be the non-cancerous form, or it could be polycythemia vera, which is cancer, okay? We need to do this bone marrow test to know for sure. Right now, we'll treat it as if it's cancerous. And when the bone marrow test comes back, if you have cancer, hopefully we have a head start on it. Or if it's not cancer, then good news, it's not fucking cancer, right? So that's what the doctors apparently told him. And Boogie wants you, I, and anyone else to believe that he went home like, damn, I need to get this test to figure out if I have fucking cancer, right? And he just elected over 2 years to just not get it, right? And what was his reason for not getting it? Because it's stupid. It's stupid to find out whether or not you're suffering from cancer, okay? It's stupid to have that confirmation, that, I don't want to say peace of mind, because it's not really peace of mind learning you have cancer, but for a lack of a better word, peace of mind of at least knowing what the fuck is going on, right? Well, you don't want to do that. You don't want to have that because his friend Marie said not to do it because she's had it done. And she didn't like it. She said it hurts. So he wants you to actually believe that instead of figuring out if he really has cancer, he's just choosing not to get that test done because it's dumb and his friend said, nuh-uh, don't do that. But coincidentally, right, this cancer diagnosis that never actually formally happened, as he's explaining it, right, was enough for Boogie to go garner sympathy with. It was good enough to think he had cancer when he could manipulate thousands of dollars out of the internet with it, and he could use it as a shield to deflect any criticism that came his way. But now, hey, getting that bone marrow test to make sure I have cancer, that'd be fucking stupid, brah. I don't need that, man. Like, what do you really think people think when you say shit like that? You think that, like, is a way out of this? Now, clearly what's happening here is he's trying to very subconsciously, very subtly, basically switch the blame. Oh, well, it's not my fault I'm not getting the bone marrow test. My friend Marie told me not to. It's like the same logic that second graders use, man. Like, it's literally elementary school toddler shit, right? Where it's like the teacher comes up, hey, which one of you stole the cookies out of Josh's backpack in his lunchbox? And then little Timmy's like, well, yeah, I took Josh's cookies, but it's only because Billy told me to. Billy said I had to do it. Like, he's talking as if he's a fucking child. And yet, as a fucking 50 or whatever year old man on his deathbed, you're supposed to feel bad for this fucking moron.
And she says it's not worth it.
This is not a riff of manipulation. You're being real.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because the added thing.
I mean, Keemstar even comes in and is like, hey man, are you telling the truth or are you lying? That right there should say fucking plenty enough as to why you just never can believe anything that comes out of this fat loser's mouth. And it's simply because everything he says is a fucking lie. The guy has lied about his cancer diagnosis. He's lied about the whole fucking meme coin stealing fucking promotion shit. He's lied about countless other things in his career and in his life. Yet now, magically, out of everything, just because Keemstar was like, oh, you're not lying to me now, right? I'm supposed to believe he's not lying to me now, right? Yeah, sorry, buddy, I'm just not buying your stupid fucking stories anymore. In fact, I haven't bought them in a while now, bro. It blows my mind that even though Boogie realizes the writing's on the wall, everyone doesn't believe him, everyone thinks he's a scumbag, everybody hates his fucking guts, he still thinks that he can, like, pull this fucking manipulative shit off, right? Where, oh, well, I'm really telling the truth this time, guys. I wouldn't lie about it now. Fuck off, bro.
Because he's probably in the chat right now, you know?
When you manipulate or you lie, I notice it's like, yeah, my friend told me this, and it's the added stuff. Okay.
I'll send you a screenshot of that right now if you'd like to see it.
To be clear for the audience, what Boogie just said is that his video 2 years ago should have said, I have this disease. It may be the non-cancer type or the cancer type, but they're treating me for the cancer type. That's what the video should have been.
That's what the video exactly should have been.
So even Keemstar at this point knows the manipulation tactics of Boogie, right? And this is a guy he has seen in person, right? Like, he's friends with Boogie IRL. And even he, at this point, realizes so instantly the lying and manipulation tactics Boogie uses that Boogie literally can't even get a full statement out without being interjected. Hey, are you making this up? This is what you usually do when you're fucking lying. And of course, even then, I'm supposed to believe this shit. Also, keep in mind, too, he offers to send Keemstar a screenshot of apparently this conversation between him and his friend Marie, who has cancer, where she tells him, hey, don't get this bone marrow test, right? It's stupid, it hurts. So I'm supposed to believe that a cancer patient would actually, number one, say that to another potential cancer patient. Hey, don't get the cancer test and find out, and maybe save your life. But also, B, I'm supposed to believe that Boogie2988 values his personal life and privacy so much that he refused, flat out refused, tens of thousands of dollars, a trip to Disneyland, yada yada, for a screenshot of his polycythemia vera diagnosis. But he's not above sending a screenshot to Keemstar for free of a fucking private conversation that he's had with one of his IRL personal friends. So 80 grand to prove you have cancer diagnosis or free exposed conversations with your friends. He couldn't do one or the other, okay? The whole thing is just bullshit. It's all lies. It's all fabrication. This moron can't keep anything straight. It just, nothing he says is real, none of it matters, none of it should be taken seriously. And the best thing that can possibly happen is this guy goes and fucks off in a cardboard box behind a Wendy's for the rest of his life. That's literally the best thing that could happen in this entire scenario. And I know that sounds harsh and that sounds mean, but for someone to sit here and lie like he did for years, saying, I have cancer, you should feel bad for me, I have cancer, I needed this for cancer treatments, this money for cancer, and then to turn out he didn't even actually get diagnosed with cancer, and he doesn't even respect the doctors or the test enough to even fucking view it as not being stupid and actually go to get it done. This man doesn't deserve anything. He doesn't deserve his home. He doesn't deserve the fucking chicken quesadillas that he eats on a nightly basis. He doesn't deserve the fucking 20-year-old girlfriend or whatever that he's got, who's more close to probably being his granddaughter than being a viable fucking sex partner for him. He doesn't deserve any of it. He doesn't deserve your sympathy. He doesn't deserve any of it. And then so they get Destiny back on stream, right? One of the people who actually confronted Boogie about faking his cancer diagnosis in the first place. And Boogie always does this thing when he's being completely fucking torched by somebody and called out, where he tries to deflect the attention on him being a liar or a pathological scumbag. He tries to draw that attention away onto something way, way, way out there, right? Just something fucking stupid. Something humiliating for him, but not humiliating like ruining his life with these allegations, right? Now, first time, I didn't even mention this in my last video, but Boogie was getting clowned by everybody on Lolcow Live. And so he took his shirt and tried to take his pants off and get naked on stream, like some sort of disgraced hooker on the side of the road, or like a fucking fledgling OnlyFans model trying to pay bills. It's fucking pathetic. You know what I mean? Like, it's embarrassing. This man, I think, actually might be older than my father. Like, actually, I think he might be older than my dad. And he's stripping his fat rolls out into the fucking open for the world to see as a deflection mechanism, right? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I might genuinely, if I was at that point in my life, I might consider ending it. I'm not saying he should or anything like that. I'm just saying, me personally, like, if I ruined my multi-millionaire lifestyle to the point where I'm basically stripping for pennies and laughs on the internet, I might actually consider rope max, you know? But Boogie goes even further. In fact, he actually does suicide bait live on stream. And of course, we all know Boogie2988. He doesn't even have the courage to actually upload YouTube content or stick with the surgery that he got or take the easy paycheck from Keemstar when all else fails, right? He can't even do these things. But we're supposed to believe he's going to kill himself on the internet in front of everybody. Go ahead.
And you're encouraging people to cut? Go fuck yourself. Bro, what are we talking about right now? I can't take anything, but I drink aspartame soft drinks.
You're encouraging people to cut their fucking arms. Last I fucking heard, the guy who laughed at fucking Donald Trump's assassination attempt is telling people to cut their fucking arms. Go fuck yourself.
All right, so Boogie's like trying to throw up this recent Destiny controversy in his face. Obviously, we all know what happened to Trump a couple days ago. Well, basically, Destiny like celebrated it, and he even said, like, went as far as to say, like, if his own family was at a Trump rally and they were to be killed by an assassin, he wouldn't lose sleep over it. Just, you know, a bunch of shit that obviously most people wouldn't agree with. But now Boogie is trying to like throw this up in this guy's face as like a moral righteousness, right? Well, you laughed about the president almost getting assassinated. Hey, newsflash, dipshit. You're the guy lying about having cancer for sympathy and money on the internet while scamming your audience out of fucking countless thousands of dollars with a fake crypto scam. You are in zero position to be playing moral righteousness here. But Boogie is so stupid and pathetic as a human being. It's weird. You can see the just idiocy in his face. I don't know if this is a common experience, but you can legitimately look somebody in their face and just, you can see the lead stare. You can just see the fucking retardation in their face. And Boogie is a perfect example of that. You can look in his face and tell the family tree probably didn't fork a whole lot, right? And if it did, it was probably some pretty low IQ folk, right? He's just a fucking idiot. It's that simple. He's dumb. He might be dumber than a bag of cancer cells. And so he's still trying to, you know, manipulate and flip the script, right? It's always somebody else but Boogie. Well, what I did can't be that wrong because you laughed at an assassination attempt. Okay, Boogie.
I'm just saying that it would be a lot cheaper than wasting your money on Diet Dr. Mountain Dew or whatever the fuck.
Slice your fucking arms open. Oh, you want to see that? Hold on. Okay, I'll do it. Give me 30 seconds.
No.
Holy
wait,
shit. The
whoa,
next
what is he
era
doing?
of Boogie
Don't-
self-harm.
Oh, God.
All right, so at this point, Boogie gets up from his setup, right? And before I even say anything, I just want to say I find it extremely comical that when Boogie stands up from his computer, his webcam just fucking viciously swings forward and back. Like, his camera angle looks like if you watch the Weather Channel during, like, hurricane season, and you're looking at a fucking, like, oh, well, here's our beach cam in the Gulf of Mexico right now, as Hurricane Boogie is coming through, tearing everything up, and it's just fucking violently swinging in the wind as the rain comes through. But of course, Boogie is in the safe confinements of an office room, right? So this kind of thing shouldn't happen, but it does, okay? And it's fucking hilarious. So, of course, you know, he takes his 30 seconds, apparently, that it takes for him to walk to his kitchen and back and get a knife, okay? Now, I'm just gonna go ahead, obviously, here. He doesn't cut himself, he doesn't hurt himself, he doesn't do anything, right? He just holds a generic kitchen knife up to the camera and threatens to harm himself like a 13-year-old child on the internet, okay? And does he do it because he's actually ideating suicide or anything like that? No, of course not. Boogie cares so much about living that he scams people for fake cancer payments, right? But apparently now he's going to kill himself on LolCal Live. Can we just for a minute discuss how pathetic of a human being you have to be for that to be the way you'd go out anyway? You know, I look back at the generations of men that came before us, right? How our great-grandfathers ran the beaches of Normandy and were chopped down by machine gun fire and died gracefully, bleeding from their stomachs and face for their country. I think about even further back, right, when, you know, the 1400s, you know, one of your ancestors might have gotten diarrhea and just fucking died in a field somewhere. Or even prehistoric cavemen who, like, got mauled to death by fucking giant tigers and saber-tooths trying to put some food on the table for the family, right? And it all boiled down over millions and millions of years. The cauldron brewed. The genetic cauldron just cooked its way through for this sad, pathetic fucking loser to sit here and quote-unquote kill himself with a kitchen knife in front of Keemstar, some ordinary gamers, and Destiny, and the rest of the internet on a YouTube live stream for a show called LolCal Live, where not only are you a benefit of it, right? You're not a benefactor of the show, you are one of the main draws of LolCal Live, right? Imagine that being the way you would choose to go out. I mean, the patheticness writes itself, man. And so, obviously, I'm not even gonna go and show you the knife shit because YouTube will probably fucking freak out about that and whatnot, but he doesn't even come back with, like, a butcher's knife, you know, like something that you'd use to actually fuck something up with, you know, a machete, a cleaver, anything, right? None of that. He comes back with, like, a glorified butter knife or, like, a fucking, maybe a steak knife, you know what I mean? And just holds it there. That's literally it. And just like, you know, until Keemstar fucking leaves the call and basically ends the content, right? And so now Boogie is apparently fired from LolCal Live as of July 17th. Now, of course, I don't believe this in the slightest. I just don't. I mean, the entire show exists completely around creating these fucking ridiculous, stupid narratives and storylines with people like this. I don't see a world in which Boogie is gonna stay fired from LolCal Live simply because the show needs him for attention and success. I mean, Wings of Redemption, I don't hate Wings. I know a lot of people online don't like Wings. I actually kind of like the guy, if I'm being honest with you. I just don't see him and Tommy C being able to hold this show together, even if they do get like a new host or whatever for the show. And eventually, they're just gonna need the storyline of, oh, Boogie's back, everybody. Can you believe that? I'm like 95% sure that at some point within the next 6 months, Boogie2988 will be right back on the show. They'll be acting like nothing ever happened. But as it stands, he is apparently fired and he's losing out on his check and everything, right? And even as it stands, from what I'm hearing too, rumor, you know, around YouTube is Boogie2988 doesn't even own the mortgage to his house anymore. Apparently Keemstar bought it. And so I don't even know. What else do you say at that point? How far can you really go in life? To where, like, your only thing you have left is now ownership of a fucking YouTuber, you know? I don't know, man. All I know is Boogie has always found a way to make people hate him. That's just a fact. The fact that it got this far, though, it just actually blows my mind in a way, right? How do you fail so badly? How do you fuck up so badly? I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to salvage a YouTube career like Boogie had. But instead of doing anything, really, this fucking idiot just threw it all away. And now what? This was the last paycheck Boogie was getting, was like the $2,000 or whatever a month he was getting from LolCal Live, aka the Keemstar welfare, as I like to call it, right? Well, now that that's gone, what exactly is going to happen? I don't really know. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus. Well, continuing the dunk session on Boogie. And signing out. And that's a wrap on this video, but big shout out to my Optimus Nation supporters. You guys are the real MVPs. For $10 a month, you get access to loads of exclusive videos and archived live streams, my members only Minecraft server where you can possibly appear in gameplay, early access to all new uploads, an invitation to the private Discord, and much more.